statement saying that, yes, the former administration left huge debt burdens, and, projects were not properly funded. So, we do have a new system, and I'm really getting used to the system. So I would have to go back to that soundbite later. But let's take a listen to this one.
Sadly, the governor who is promoting the current ethnic sentiments in the...
All right, okay, I think that's the wrong soundbite. So I'll get to it. But as seen on the pages of newspapers, I'm looking at it from Channel's TV website, as a matter of fact, the governor lamented how certain projects said to have been paid for were not really paid for. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has decried the substantial debt burden inherited from the previous administration of Nyesom Wike, saying most of the projects commissioned in the state were not fully funded. Governor Fubara stated this during the commissioning of the Aleto Ogale Ibubu Etio Road, also known as Old Boru Road, in Eleme local government area of the state. The project was commissioned by the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti. He said the contractors who handle the affected projects are returning for outstanding payments. Governor Fubara did not, however, give an estimate of the debt. He said he is now compelled to speak out after being pushed by his opponents. Governor Fubara expressed his intention to appear for project commissioning with white paper detailing project funding. Governor Fubara clarified that his administration is not engaged in conflicts with the federal government, saying it has instead received support, although challenges persist due to the interests of an insider. He justified the presence of Alex Oti at the commissioning, citing a commitment to aligning with progressive figures. On his part, Oti commended Fubara for the job he's doing in Rivers State. He described Fubara's style of governance as true leadership, adding that true leadership is service to the people and not to a few interests. Oti said, having served in the administration of Peter Odili and Rotimi Amechi, Governor Fubara came prepared. He believes Fubara cannot be distracted by the political instability in Rivers State. So you had it for yourself there. I'm still looking for the soundbite so I can put voice to that article. Hopefully, when I do find it, I would play it, and you and I can take a listen to what the governor actually said. But meanwhile, the second big story for today, former federal lawmaker Senator Olaka Nwogu criticizes Governor Fubara's attempt to probe the former administration of Nyesom Wike. And you probably must have heard that during our news bulletins as read today. He spoke some tough, he said some serious things, saying that it's witch hunting if the governor decides to probe the former governor at this time when there is the political crisis and when there is the political brouhaha. And he said, that it's just going to escalate the ongoing crisis in the state. Now, for instance, as written in our in-house bulletin, the former lawmaker Olaka Nwogu says the plan by the Rivers State government to probe the past administration is a mere witch hunt that will escalate the ongoing crisis in the state. The former senator, who represented the Rivers Southeast in the National Assembly, said any attempt to initiate any probe at this stage of the crisis would be viewed as vendetta. So I wonder if you do agree with that one. I wonder if you agree. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on that one? I'd like to hear from you and get your opinion. But the final big story for today, before maybe my first commercial break. Do I have a commercial? No, I don't. So I would just open the phone lines. Tinubu orders MDAs to procure CNG-enabled cars only. All right. So, the move from petrol to gas, which some say, experts say is cheaper, more affordable, and more convenient for motorists, has been a talk that has been on for a while. And when the president first came on board, he promised CNG buses. He said, see, we have to remove subsidy, but we will give palliatives like bringing CNG buses or making CNG available for those who would like to reconfigure their cars from petrol-enabled vehicles to CNG-enabled vehicles. That's compressed natural gas. And as it is now, we've been waiting. People have been saying, where are the CNG buses? But it looks like to mark 1 year in office, maybe, I think I'm getting to hear stories about the fact that CNG buses may be rolled out in different cities across the country. I'm hearing also that CNG spots, stations would also be made available across the country. And to show by example or lead by example, the president is ordering MDAs, ministries, departments and agencies to stop buying petrol-enabled cars. He has ordered that MDAs, for those requesting vehicles or for vehicles, he has asked them not to, buy petrol-enabled vehicles. My question is, what do you make of it, really? What do you make of it? I'd like to hear from you. Are we even ready? Are we ready for the conversion to...
This is Nigeria's #1 talk.
Are we ready for the conversion to CNG in Nigeria? Have we put in the right measures? But then again, it looks like the president is listening. I don't know what you think about that, but it looks like the president is listening, right? Do you agree? But I'd like to get your thoughts on any of these big three stories. Number one big story, it is that Governor Fubara has come out to say that the former administration, that is the administration of Nyesom Wike, left huge debts burden, and that some of the projects that were paid for were not necessarily paid for, or should I say fully paid for. And so he's saying that the government is saddled with all of this debt burden, and he has no choice but to come out now and say what it is, because his opponents are on his neck. But the former senator Nwogu is saying, see, any attempt to probe. Remember the governor came out to say yesterday while he was swearing in the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the state. He came in and said, see, we're going to probe the last administration. We're going to probe, right? We're going to ensure that whatever it is that is illegal, we'll find out. And if there is no illegality, it's fine. But something in that nature. And Nwogu is saying that's witch hunting. That's going to escalate the crisis in Rivers State. That's vendetta, he says. What's your take on that one? And of course, CNG buses or CNG vehicles, or CNG basically being part of our conversation today, because the president has ordered MDAs to ensure that only CNG vehicles are bought, whether it's a bus, whether it's a SUV, whether it's whatever it is you're buying, make sure it is CNG fueled vehicle. All right, that being said, the phone lines are open. I'd like to get your thoughts. I'm still looking. I know I sound distracted, right? I'm still looking for that. Maybe I would have to call for some kind of assistance, for some kind of help, because I don't know. I'm still looking for it. Anyways, maybe I just open the phone lines. While I'm opening the phone lines, I probably will go back and be able to search for it correctly. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. So you can call in right now and tell me what your thoughts are. We're live on Facebook, as a matter of fact. And we are also live on YouTube, and we're active on X, and also interactive as well. Send me your messages. But if you want to send it via WhatsApp, remember I take audio and text messages. 0809-030-6416 is the number. So I would like to hear from you. I really would like to hear from you. Let's see. I've got a message here. It says the governor should stop lamenting about debts. This is the same governor who is looking for what to demolish, and now he's talking about debt. He demolished the assembly building and is now trying to demolish the quarters. The problem is that most people enter government not knowing what it is about. He should also give us the specifics of the debts and also the assets he inherited. The governor running the state without a budget. Where is his budget? And he's talking about probing as if he wasn't part of the last administration. If he's overwhelmed by the office, he should resign. Okay, you did not do flat earth from Port Harcourt. All right, thank you. But let's take a listen to Hector and let's see what Hector has got to say.
Good afternoon, Chief KD. Hector. I think the governor is pushed to the wall. And because the governor is pushed to the wall, he has started reacting. Chief KD, even when a goat is pushed to the wall, he will bounce back. There is a way he push a goat to the wall, he will bounce back. The governor has been quiet. The governor has been trying to, manage the political disturbances, the political opera in the state. He even told us that there is no crisis, even when we know that there is crisis, he's managing. But because the governor is pushed to the wall by this other camp, he has started reacting. Certainly he reacts. And the more he reacts, cankerworms will be open. The people we got to know so many secrecy that happen in governments. So many secrecy that has happened both in the past government and the present government. I think if this fight, will liberate the states, and it will, the fight is for the overall interest of the state, maybe the fight should continue. The governor is pushed, and he has started talking. He wouldn't have reacted the way he's reacting, but because the governor is pushed to the wall, and he has started reacting. It's normal.
All right, then.
From Hector.
Okay, someone has just helped me with what I was trying to remember. Panel of inquiry. Oh, yeah, that was what I was trying to remember, and it just skipped me. This one says the probe should go on. Adams Friday Lawrence. Okay, thank you. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. You said Olaka and Nwogu should allow the governor to do his work. It's just a probe. A clear conscience fears no accusation. Right on the governor, we are behind you, you say. Okay, all right. This one says, if probing Wike will make people believe, where is it now? That Wike was a mistake to Rivers State. Please, Governor Fubara should go on. The truth will soon surface. It's not about pitching tent with the presidency. Governor Fubara, Rivers State, and the entire Nigeria solidly is behind you. Gifty from Yenegai. Gifty, thank you. Let's take a listen to another. By the way, I think our phone lines are having issues, so I'm waiting, for the tech team to do something about it. Let's take this one from Chima Uzoma.
Yes, this is Chima Uzoma. According to Hector, Kaka wants to be open if the governor reacts. I want the governor to react. Not that he's reacting. The panel should also do well to tell us who went to Access Bank counter to withdraw 117 billion naira. 117 billion naira. Should be able to be told who did that and what should be done. The recommendation, they should tell us what should be done to that person that went to withdraw that money. So I think a probe is not a death sentence, but let the truth be told. Since you are probing, let us probe everything. Right from time of Odili Amechi to Wike. Let us know the accountants and the palm sex of finance that have been messing around with our money. Thank you.
All right, this one says, good afternoon, Kalada. The feud between the FCD minister and Governor Fubara is a good omen, if you ask me. With their propaganda style of leadership, we would not have heard that Wike left a huge debt. But the point to note is that Governor Fubara is also preparing for his own probe directly. If he finishes, he should also do us well by vacating that perpetual injunction. Anyone against the probe is an enemy of Rivers State. Odimegu Sani Didia from Omorelu. Let's take a listen to this one now.
Good afternoon, Canada. I'm Sokari from Ahoda West. I want to respond to some of your big stories. Past administration, it's not a wrong thing. Who a clear conscience fears no accusation. During the Amechi's administration, there was this Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Okay, when Wike became governor, Wike set up his own panel of inquiry. Everybody in this state and in the country knew what came out of that one. So why is he afraid that Mr. Siminalayi Fubara is to set up a panel of inquiry? We are talking about the funds of Rivers State and the resources of the state you have dedicated upon for years. You'll be able to tell us what you did with it. You have made noise all over the places. You should be able to explain to us what it is. I will not toe the part that says that the governor was pushed to the wall and then the governor is bouncing back. No. This governor is not bouncing back at anybody. The governor is doing the ideals. Because before you start running a government, you should be able to tell people, and as a seasoned accountant, you should be able to leave documents that will prove that, okay, this is what you met, this is how you ran your own administration, and this is what was left. When your time will be over, which obviously must certainly come. Okay, and then for Olaka Nwogu to say is a vendetta against you. I thought they said that the Wike did not do anything wrong to sin. So what is the vendetta there? What is the witch hunt there? A very strong man they claim Nyesom Wike is, and now people are running helter-skelter trying to play down on the genuine activity of government.
All right.
My brother, this state will survive this wickedness one day.
Maybe I should correct something. I don't think the former governor has come out to say he should not be probed. I think it's Olaka who has come out to say, hey, that's witch hunt. By the way, Daily Post puts it this way. Former federal lawmaker who represented the Rivers Southeast Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Senator Olaka Nwogu, has attacked the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara over the move by his administration to probe the past governments. Daily Post recalls that Fubara on Monday announced that his administration will probe the past governments, particularly the immediate past administration led by Nyesom Wike, the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Now, the governor stated this amidst the ongoing political crisis rocking the state following the feud between him and the minister. Reacting, Nwogu, who spoke in Port Harcourt on Monday, urged the governor to stop witch hunting the minister. The former lawmaker lamented that despite President Bola Tinubu's intervention in the face-off between Fubara and Wike, the incumbent governor has decided to escalate the crisis by planning to probe the latter. According to Nwogu, Fubara's move to probe Wike's administration signals his disrespect for the president, stressing that the present disposition of the governor has negated all the peace overtures and spited the president. All right, so let's listen to Clinton.
Afternoon, Canada. My name is Comrade Clinton from Bury. Listening to the governor in his statement when he was commissioning the old Bury Road, that the former governor left many projects poorly funded. I think that the governor is not derailing from track. He emerged on a mantra of consolidation and continuity. So I think that whatever he is receiving now, he is going to consolidate on them. So him coming out to say this, I think is unnecessary, and I think probably that's why people like Olaka Nwogu are coming out to say that the governor probing the previous administration will seem like a witch hunt. Because Canada, if the governor, let me assume that the governor was on the same page with the former governor, do you think, Canada, that the governor will probe the previous administration? I don't think so. So it also shows insincerity on his part, that because there's a difference now, that's why the governor is trying to probe the previous administration. Well, if that would erase some of the inadequacies that happened in the previous administration, if there was any, then good and fine. Rivers Pool wants something that is genuine. So if the governor is going on a probe, it should be thorough, it should be genuine, and it shouldn't be how should I put it? It shouldn't be one-sided or lopsided. It should be all-encompassing. He was part and parcel of the previous administration as the accountant general of the state. So I believe that he's a privy to a lot of almost all the financial dealings that came in and out of the state. So he should also be investigated as the former Attorney General. So getting in an independent investigator would be fine, and not someone from the internal. So if he can get someone from the external environment, probably lifting the perpetual injunction that is stopping financial agencies from looking into malfeasances that occurred in the previous administration, I think it will be fine. So if they can lift that embargo, that injunction that's stopping people from investigating Rivers State government, it will fine. It will actually show that the government is actually sincere in its fight or the probe that is trying to initiate now. So that's my take. So the government should be sincere in whatever he's doing. Then finally, on the president ordering MDAs to only take buy CNG-Enabled vehicles, I think it's a good one. The society is changing. We are going green now. So I think getting CNG vehicles that emit less gases, I think it's a welcome one. And again, it will also lower the burden on PMS. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I wonder if this is the soundbite I was looking for, so please let's test run it if you do not mind.
Because of the deplorable state of the East-West Road, this road takes you off the East-West Road and you join the section of the East-West Road that is good. What we're doing today, is it not a help to the federal government? This government has interest and has the support and is doing everything to make the federal government succeed. So when people come out and say some funny thing, I start laughing. It is not social media. We're talking about action. The new actions that makes positive impacts in the life. And I can assure you that we are going to come back and do more projects for the good people of Eleme.
All right, still not the soundbite I'm looking for. Apparently, I can't seem to find the one I'm looking for. If I do find it, I would play it. But then again, that was him, I believe, replying the likes of Olaka, Nwogu, who talked about disrespect to the president. Remember also the likes of Alabo George Kelly also mentioned disrespect to the president. All right, to all of that stuff. But he said this is a project that is helping the administration of the president look good and look great. Okay, let's take some more reactions. Let's listen to this, and since the phone lines and
good afternoon, Kalada. Obed Chima. Yeah, governor coming out to reveal that the past administration left huge debt.
I would play Obed Chima's own because I've got Jude and Ezekiel waiting online. So I'm going to start with Jude. I lost the connection with Jude. Ezekiel, welcome. Ezekiel from Ubimini, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Canada, I think I would like you to educate me the more what probe is all about.
Investigation, investigation.
You see, I think this is the advantage of a calculated opposition in a certain government. Because if the current governor is one of the, or part of the government as per se in the previous administration, and he decided to probe the government, which he was one of the major government personnel, I think there is no wrong thing in it. He should go ahead so that everybody will see what happened in the last administration. Because I don't see probe or probing as dead sentence. So that whoever that is in charge of any duty post would know that time will come when the person will answer some certain questions. So the governor should go ahead. For the president, the vehicle he is commanding or recommending for the people to purchase, is it made in Nigerian make, or they will still go out and deport it, I mean to say. I think for me, the vehicle issue of a thing is not what we need for now. We need this country to be fixed up economically so that everybody will know his or her left and right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Someone just sent me a message and says the sound bite you're looking for is on your Facebook page, but I can't play from my Facebook page because I'm using my Facebook page for other things, right? Because you can watch me live there as well. I've got Frank from D-Line. Let's take a listen to Frank. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind?
Good afternoon,
waiting to hear from you. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, Governor Fubara said the former governor left some food job body to him.
Huge debt body.
Well,
yeah.
I don't blame my governor right now. The former governor, I remember vividly before my former governor handed over to him. There was one event the man went to commission something. He said one of the projects that he left some project for him to commission. That's like LMA, this Eto LMA road. Most of the projects, if you go to my place, Ozochi Road, for him to commission, that him will start up and people will say he has something to commission. Today, those projects have turned to body to him. I don't like the way politicians are playing their own politics. Because of this disagreement between him and the governor, now he has come out to tell governor, all those things now have turned to body. No problem. Instead of our governor to be magnanimous, today now he's talking against the former governor.
All right.
I don't have much to say. Let me allow others to contribute their own. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's look at Facebook now. And on Facebook, Nnamdi Onyechi says, agreement is agreement. Let the two parties, I think it meant, shit their suds and come to a round table to move this state forward. Ami for Anna says, on panel of inquiry, Governor Sim is moving forward despite how they try to frustrate him. The Rivers people are with him. Please step down the proposed probe of governance in the interest of shared trust and confidentiality that will cause distractions to your government. Please don't hold the line of revenge. I mean, for Ernest. Thank God, Ability Atwebu says, man of the people, matter never finish. I believe in the coming days. Where is that? More and more revelation will be unfolding on the former governor utilizing the resources at his disposal throughout his 8 years administration. Oh, okay. Newton Ikira on Facebook says, good day, Kaladat. Don't you think probing the past administration will open up a Pandora's box? I fear it would. The peace in Rivers State seems fragile to me. I think it would serve the interest of Rivers people better if sleeping dogs were let alone to lie down and sleep. A peaceful Rivers State is in the interest of the people of Nigeria. You say me things. Don't you think so, Canada? Okay, you know what? I'm going to bend my thoughts on the show today. I think I need a probe. I see, you know, being a religious person that I am, sometimes, you know, when my enemies are fighting, it feels like an answered prayer. And I'm not saying that, you know, the governor and the former governor are my enemies. Now, it's just a reference. But for the masses, we always complain about the politicians and the kind of leaders that we have, right? We always say, oh, and now these politicians we always complain about are now fighting each other. And as they fight, like Thank God Ability Atoegbu said, revelations, pop out, keep popping out, keep coming out. And now we know certain things that we would never have known if the fight did not happen. And that's why, I say, that whenever not like I even usually have enemies, but as a religious person, we say those kind of things when we pray our enemies should fight. So yeah, it looks like our politicians are fighting and revelations are being made, and I want more revelations to be made so that when we go back to the polling units in the nearest future, we would go beyond party lines, we would go beyond ethnic bias, we would go beyond whatever it is that we usually use to measure and do, the wrong voting that we usually do. We would now, get it right this time. So let more things be said. As a matter of fact, I do want a probe. Like Clinton said, I do hope that we would remove the perpetual injunction so that we can go as far back as 1999 and get to know really how River State money has been spent, irrespective of whose ox is God. Really, that's my thoughts. Newton Ikira, you asked for it. All right, so let's do this one. This one says on the panel of, I think I've read your message. This one says, laugh aloud. River State is not a serious state. Wasting taxpayers' money to probe someone you wouldn't persecute is a waste of time. After 8 years, they will blame Lagos State and Seaport for the underdevelopment here. Ernest from Oji. I'm beginning to love Ernest and his sarcasm. I've got Christian from Bunny. Christian, welcome.
This good. It is not just the governor. I think if Nigerians are vivid with activities of most of these politicians, they come into power, they tell you they met empty treasury. This one will come, he will say he met empty treasury. And when you ask the past governor, he will tell you he left some billions, he left this, he left that. I think this is hello, yes, are you trying to say something?
No, I'm listening. I'm just I'm listening
yes,
to you.
I think it should be a law. It should be promulgated as a law, as a standard in this country, in the state, in the federal level. When a new president comes in, the audit should be, there should be audited. The state should be audited. They should know how much is left, so that the next governor that is coming in, he knows where to start from. There should be accountability, for God's sake. This is for the benefit of Rivers people. Rivers people should not see it as witch hunting. It is people's money, for God's crying out loud. It's our money. We have a right to know. And this is when we begin to step forward as a nation, as a people, as a civilized people that knows what we are doing, our onions. For God's sake, I don't see anything wrong with that. Please, you should go ahead.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much. I've got Cookie Gam from Rumolumeni. Cookie Gam, welcome. What is on your mind? I like here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, the governor said that the left push it for debt to pay. That the contract is that we are not properly funded. Contractors are coming back to demand payment from him. Rather, that's what we are hearing from our current governor. I don't know how have led to this area, River State, that the former governor led huge debt for him to pay. I don't know how this governor will realize what to pay for those debts. And the contract, the road, the former governor work has not been properly paid till now after 8 years. You see what you're saying in Canada? That the former governor did not do much in River State. They have left huge debt for this governor to pay. Canada, Olaka will say that to probe the former governor is a witch hunt, and it does not probe the former Mechi because he probed him now, and some is only how many billion naira. So let this probe continue. At the end of the day, we know who have taken reverse resources and who is stolen our money. I know that this former governor can let such a debt for him to pay. Because we're watching. At the drama will fall for us to see. Rivers will know how former governor deal with us, our resources, very soon. Have a good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon to you, Cookie Gam. Thank you very much for your time. So I will be taking other reactions. Let's see. This one says, for every reaction, there must have been an action that propelled or fueled it. It's funny how they are saying probing will fuel the tension already on the ground. It was done to Amechi and nobody kicked against it. When the can is open, the content will be exposed. He that must come to equity must come with clean hands. There is a saying that says the person who cuts people's head with knife will not allow anyone passes back with a knife. Kachi. But Kachi, do you agree with me that the Rotimi Amechi's probe, nothing really, I don't think it went that far. Yes, there was a talk about arriving at a white people report and all of that. But then again, the government withdrew and then came back and then withdrew. Okay, let's see this one. If you guys saying, I have been laughing since Governor Fubara introduced this new series of joke. The first comic show is how nature has kept exposing the hate for President Tinubu's administration. When President Tinubu or any member of his government blames or criticizes the previous federal government, some particular group of people from the South and Southeast will vehemently obliterate or vilify Tinubu of being the APC national leader. Therefore, they conclude that President Tinubu was part of former President Buhari's government. But now, same people who have always shut down President Tinubu are now exonerating Governor Fubara from the government of Chief Nyesom Wike. This is a comic show. As for me, until Governor Fubara moves for the vacation of the evil and undemocratic perpetual court injunction, only then will I take the governor serious. For now, Governor Fubara panel of inquiry is a politics. Because I'm helping to terrible all this. Adrian says so many people don't know how government works. The present governor of the state was a former civil servant and is subject to carry out directives whether he likes it or not. He must carry it. Can you disobey lawful directives from the person of the former governor, Wike? You can resign. You can act. I mean, the law will not hear that. I mean, okay, you know what? I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to go into that. But I do know you can resign. Let's take this one now.
Hello, Canada. Good afternoon. Actually, I'm not holding brief for my governor, Chief Wike, and the present governor criticizing the past administration, which I believe he is one of the chief proponents, and concerning projects that are not finished or that are not complete, that are in comatose. I believe he's not trying to say something that is real in this communication or this matter, because it won't be possible when you are part of the government and now you're criticizing the government that you were a part of. Canada is amazing.
Hey, you know, okay.
From AB in Kotaria, Abuja. Thank you.
Okay, AB in Kotaria, thank you. But you see, this is the problem. This is where it is. Some people say, yeah, I was a part of the government doesn't mean that is if there is something illegal found after the probe or during the probe, right? That's if something evil is found. And a lot of you are just assuming that something evil will be found. But even if it is found, I mean, I was there, but I didn't participate. And there is no proof to the fact that I participated. I mean, that will not be the new argument. But what do I know? Let's take a listen to this.
Some of the chants used to go out wrongly. This road is not when completed.
Thank you.
It has been completed. Please, it should be noted. And for the record, it was awarded to CNG-Enabled as a contractor. It was awarded on the 14th of August. And I believe 14th of August was not I. It was this administration. I also went further, because as we're going now, we'll be going with a white paper to show record and amount. This project was awarded at the cost of 6.7 billion. And I can say boldly that no kobo is remaining. We've paid the contractor completely. The purpose of this is to let the world know that if there's one problem this administration has, is debt. Most of the projects that have been commissioned, they are coming for their balance payment, and it's running in millions and billions. I've said I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk because I am part of that system. But when you keep pushing me to talk, I will say it so that they will see the gnash of the fowl. But let us leave that one until when we are ready. We will also be ready.
All right, they asked him to talk, tell us, we want to know. Rivers people deserve to know. Like I said, I found the soundbite eventually, but he said, I will not talk. I will, if they push me to the wall, then I will talk. But let's get your thoughts on that one as well. I'm taking this message. My network is really slow, so sorry about that.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kalada. This probing of this past governor is the beginning of good things to happen to this state. And I think not just this, I think any rights government or country, I think that is the right thing to do. Before any governor takes over or president takes over, the previous governor or president should be proved. It should be a law in this country it should be probed. They should look into, set up a panel of inquiry on an audit to audit the expenditure of such governor before any other governor takes over. If you actually met empty treasury, let the country know. Like most of them will leave and they tell you they met empty treasury, nothing was left. This is not acceptable. I think it should be a law that before any government comes into power, the subsequent or previous one that just left, there should be an audit. The audit, how much did you leave in the account? There should be documents. Well, like Wike's issue, past governor's issue, I think this is a good step for the governor to take. We should know. There are still things that we should know about the money that belongs to the states. How it's being spent. Now we are beginning to get somewhere. And I tell you, by the time we start like this, you will find that, government, they will be careful and they will be prudent with the expenses, you understand, of the states. We need to know. There's no doubt about it. This is a very good move. Rivers people should see it as one of the best developments. This state has money. How do they spend this money? The people should know. The people should know. Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much. It's time for the business news. Just stay tuned. I'll be right back and we'll talk some more.
Real stories, real people. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.